Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Plants Zoo. My name is Nissa and today we are looking at the European Wild Horse by Gabboi and GiornoPizza. And yeah, it's a horse. I do believe most of us know roughly how horses look. So I took this picture with the different colorations because I think that's more telling. As you can see, some of them are tan, some of them are gray, some of them have patterns, some of them have spots. All of these different color variations of horse, and that's kind of a really important thing for this mod, because when you choose an animal that are literally famous for all the different colorations and patterns, then you need to deliver on that. Some of them have the line down the spine, like the fjord horse we have talked about before have, and some of them do not, as far as I can see. So yeah, let's just get into the game and see. And this is, of course, the one that looks both most like the fjord horse, but also like the Przewalski's wild horse the most, probably. This coloration is called Bay Dun Coat Light Brown coloration, and then we also have that over here that called Bay Coat Tan Brown coloration. So there are basically the same, just in a darker and a lighter colorations. We also have the fellow in here. Can we get you out in the light? I'm just turning around so we have the sun behind us. Grulo coat, dark brown coloration. So this far, actually, we have on both of these and this. So now we just need to find these down down here. And boom. What do we have? Ooh, we have something here going on clearly. Ooh, I'm just clicking the wrong button here. This coloration is actually quite unique, and not even on the side. It is kind of a mix. I'm just, wow, middle of a jump there. Turning it around here so we can see it better. But as you can see, it has that dark coloration going on, but with the patterns of the right down lowest corner. So this is actually a mix between what we see here on the schedule, which is not unrealistic. If you ever have ridden any animal, you know it is quite common that they neither would look like their mom or dad, but a combination thereof. We also have a whole dark one here, and when we look of the babies here, we have even more colorations. Now I only got 10. And these were just the first 10 that came up. So, of course, some colorations are more common than others. I'm just writing here. Horse, European wild horse there. And then I'm just... You know what? I'm not doing that, actually. I'm doing this. Haha. There you see. It is quite easy to get different colorations. Here, this is the Bay Dun coat, the light one, and the dark one. And we have the Grolo coat, the one there, and then the black one, that is the completely dark one going on. So they're not difficult to get all of these different colorations, which I find extremely important. So yeah, let's go into Wikipedia and see what's going on in here. It is domesticated, which is funny when you call it the European wild horse. But again, we do not have a lot of truly wild horses in the wild at this point. Though we have horses that are released. But then they will have a backbone in the genetics of different domesticated horse breeds. It is very beautiful. For me, it looks like kind of like the fjord horse, as I mentioned before. It has this very, very thick, bony structure in the face. It don't have this elongated face at all. It looks very buff. It looks strong, like it have a big muscle groups. It's built wider, lower to the ground, compared to some other horses where, again, if we would talk between riding horse and workhorse, this does look more like a workhorse. I will just mention very briefly, it's not something that I'm mad about, but looking at YouTube, you can see we have some with a longer mane where it hangs, and we have some where it's shorter also. And that, again, doesn't really confirm or deny these variations of it with the shorter one, but I do believe the shorter here were easier to make because that's the kind of mane we already have in the game. Extinct in the wild since at least the 20th century. So yeah, it's fair. You can see here it's from Europe, spanned much of Eurasia, and Eurasia is of course the piece of land here, which Europe is a part of. Grassland and desert biomes, which makes it very, very interesting because this is Denmark, this is Sweden. Up here we have Norway, and we do not have a lot of deserts nor grasslands going on. So that's kind of interesting. One of them need 575 square meters of land and nothing else. They live in places from -3 to 43 degrees. Sorry, -9 to 43 degrees Celsius, and you need a grade 2 fence above 4 feet 13. Going over here, you can see we have group sizes up to 8, only including one male, or you can have bachelor and bachelorette groups up to 8. Lowest number is 3. A dominant stallion which subordinate males and harems. I read this as it kind of conflicts with this, but that may be my ability to translate it that's wrong. They are promiscuous, matriarchal, matrilineal, mature males related to alpha become outsiders. They are confident around humans, but guests should not enter their habitat if they are wild horses. Again, you can have some in captivity that have been caught from the wild, or there's genes, or from some that were caught in the wild, and then you probably could be around them. Over generation teach them that, but yeah. They grow to about 1.5 meters tall, and 1.30 meters tall, the females. That is roughly 3 feet and 6 inches for the females, and about 3.4 for the male. Sorry, I'm not sure why my brain just broke. They live for around 30 years. The males weigh around 425 kilos, being roughly 870 pounds, I think. And the females 320 kilos, being around 650 pounds. They will be sexually mature after a year and 3 months and can reproduce until they die. They will only get a single offspring a year and be pregnant for 12 months. That sounds rough. They should, however, be easy to get to reproduce in captivity. I assume they are made on the Przewalski's wild horse, which would be the easiest, but it could also be made on the zebra. So here we have the grab ball, herbcent marker, plant screen, rubbing puller, both scratching trees, the 2 large ball, the sprinkler, and the musical keyboard. I still don't know what anyone with a hoof would want with that. Then for food enrichment, we have the grassing bowl feeder, large barrel feeder, hanging grasser feeder, melon feeder, and scarecrow feeder. Do not have any species in enrichment, which since they are modded, they could have all of the other horses because they could live together and interbreed and such if you wanted that. But yeah. Anyway, let's get our close-up. As I mentioned earlier, some of them have this line going on. Not all of them. Well, this actually also have, but I believe the ones with the spots on the behind do not have. You can see that there. I didn't notice before, but this one have a white thingy-dingy there. Overall, the thing I have been after the most with horses is the tail, and actually looks good. It kind of looks like the bottom of the skin part, fleshy part of the tail ends here, and then the hair hangs the rest of the way, which looks absolutely perfect. The muscles looks sorry, my brain don't work today, clearly. Muscles looks good and very realistic. Also here you can see the linings of them. It's really nice. You can also see here the chest looks good. Fur texture is really, really good from here. It get a little fluffiness issues when we get real close, but I'm not mad at it at all. It looks good. I'm just jumping over here since this one have the face pointing the right way. We have a little thing here with the hairline right here between the longer black hairs and the shorter brown hairs, where you can see it works a little funny. But it's not enough to actually say that it's awful or anything like that. You can see here it's actually really good. It's just up here that something weird's going on when we do this. Let me see that. But again, it's not like awful. You can never use this mod. It's just like a small detail that you probably never gonna notice. The eye is very beautiful and I really like the coloration. You can see here it's very clearly brown with small linings of darker grays and blacks, which I really do appreciate. The eyelids have this off brown color, which I'm not really here for, but it's not unrealistic at all. So again, it's just, I just feel like it looks weird that they are lighter than the eye, but they certainly can do that in real life. Here, the colorations, the way it changes down here is very beautiful, and you don't see any lines where it feels like that's when the models will start or anything like that. So I'm really impressed with that part. The teeth in here also looks good. The coloration of the tongue looks a little blue, which I do not understand. We also have a weird blue light, kind of light sitting down here that I'm not really understanding. But besides that, it looks good. You can see again here, it looks like you have something blue shining on it. But again, it's such a small detail, and again, 99% of you guys would never notice. I would never notice if I just played with it and didn't do all of this. Oh, they look very, very good, and I would highly recommend. I want to see you, not you, over here for a close-up. I think this is the coloration that's most intriguing this for. Either this or the one that have the spots on the behind, because it's something that really tells these apart from other horses you can get in the game, either by mod or by Frontier. I really want to see how they made the fur change here. Okay, this particular spot looks a little off because we have those lighter hair crossing over here, the darker hairs crossing over there. But the thing is, though, here you can see how long the strands of hair are, and they only cross this little part, which is the only bad thing I have to say about it. Where when you look at them over here, it's made much, much better and much more realistic. Yes, we have the fluffiness issue going on clearly, but it looks much more realistic. You can even see it from afar. Here you can see those small imperfections in the spots, where here it looks extremely clear cut, which makes these looks much better in my opinion. Up here, we do not really run into the same issue because all of the hair go upwards and not to the side. Though some of the strands of hair does do some weird shit up here. But again, nothing to get too mad about. Tail also looks really, really good. And I never noticed this. I never seen this, so I'm not sure if the spots should be on the eyelids. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I just feel like it looks a little weird. Eye itself is beautiful, and the eyelids here seems very, very close to black, which I really like. Yeah, it's really cute. Again, it's by Gabboi and GiornoPizza, and these mothers are really, really good at what they do, so it's hard to find something to put their finger on. Again, I have my small things going on, but again, nothing really bad. And again, if you want to play with horses in a different ways, these can certainly do so. And most of the time, when you look at a field with horses, they will all look different. And you get that here, where some of the others, there may be small coloration differences, but you need to really look for them. As you can see, they swim, and it seems like both the baby and the adults lay in a reasonable height of the water, maybe a little bit too low, but it's not bad. Like, they would survive swimming like this. They would not drown at all. So, yeah. They're beautiful. I just want to see the fur up here. Yeah, it actually looks real nice also with some of the animals' fur kind of disappears when they get wet, where here it looks good. So yeah, that's actually all I wanted to show you here. This was the European Wild Horse by Gabboi and GiornoPizza. I really hope you enjoyed it. And as always, guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. Really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.